And we're back. Test, test. Yeah, we're back. That controller reset knocked my mic out again, and I'm not really sure what's up with that. It's kind of like really getting a bit bothersome. But I checked to make sure my controllers were updated. They are. Um, let's see, 245. Yeah. But oh well, I reset everything and we're back up and running. So I'm gonna look. I'm looking in town here to see if there's any wide open space. Stick a base in here. It's nice and flat. Be easy to set up. I mean, look at this. Well, their house is over here. But look at this. I mean, the only thing even close. This is a pretty good spot. I mean, we got road. We take out the road if we have to. I mean, it's pretty wide open. And it's nice and flat. What's the map look like? And it's close to the farm. And I think this up here would make for probably a pretty good mine, fairly close by. And I'm going to go look at that area before the end of the day, see if there's a good place for a base out there too. I mean, if that house had to go away, it could. I mean, there's really no other structure really all that close. That house, maybe that one too. I mean, this isn't awful. This is actually pretty good. I'm going to keep looking around. I mean, you got to figure if it's past rendering distance or just close to it, it's not awful. Or just take this out. Venator, however you pronounce his name, he's got me thinking about all this now, about taking houses down from my base. I mean, look at this. We could take this out easily and just be down the street. The trash thing. Nah, I like that other spot better. Yeah, kind of over in here. There's nothing. There's really no. Like right here. I've never done that. I've never stuck a. Did I just pass a? I thought I went past a A bird's nest. I've never stuck a base in the middle of a town. It would be new. Like, what about like in here? That's a little close to that. I mean, ish. Like right here. Like right off that road. I think this is better over here though. This is pretty wide open though. I mean, you know, if that house had to come down, it could. There's really nothing else around. I mean, that stuff's pretty far away. This would be better right in here. And then there'd be nothing else out here but that one house. Ooh, well, there's this house too. Let's go look over our waypoint. It's 4:30. No. It's 5:30. Yeah, we gotta get a move on if we're gonna check all this out today. I need to kill a rabbit for a quest, but I'm not gonna mess with it. I think. Like right here, I think. Wasn't that it? Yeah. Take that telephone pole down, or whatever it is. What do you call it? Lamppost. Nice access. Be close to the farm. I don't see. It's this way. Right on the corner of 4th and Main, we have our horde base. I've seen people build closer to stuff. I know Grand Spartan's got a bunch of bases like right in town, much closer to other buildings than this. I think. I mean, but thereabouts. This is good, and it's nice and flat. And we're kind of on a plateau, but we're right in the middle of it. Food for thought. All right, it's now close to 6 o'clock, and if we're gonna go check out up north, we need to go do it. So where was it we were looking at for our mine? We found a nice gravel deposit, like right here. The reason I want to go look at that is I want to see what what it looks like for possibly building a base out there too. Otherwise, I think we're sticking it in town. We've given it a good survey. There were some spots over there by that other one, but we're gonna have to. I mean, we got to get a move on this. Is the thing. We'll be close to the forge, close to food and drink. Gotta be careful going down this hill. Hey, Jack. Jay Maskus? Is that how you pronounce your name? Maskist? A little bit on a hill, but not, we're going to be under this, so it's not a big deal. What about over here for a base? I think we looked at this. It's just way too hilly. We're going to be flattening like a madman. All right, let me see. Let's see, we're there. What about due west of here? How you doing? We just had our day 14 horde. And I've spent the last 2 days running around the area looking for suitable places to build my real base. And it's just so hilly everywhere. And we're surrounded by wasteland and burnt forest and just all kinds of nastiness. So it's been kind of tough. I'm good. I'm good, thanks. I wound up sleeping all evening yesterday, so I'm wide awake, and I'm in the Eastern time zone in the U.S. I'm wide awake and felt like streaming. Um, but it's kind of coming down to it because we got to start building on day 17 if we're going to be ready for day 21 with the new base. I don't think my temporary horde base is going to hold up for day 21. I've had it. I'm on Nomad difficulty now on Xbox. The difficulty defaults to Adventurer, which is one lower, and that's what I had played on before. And so far, the difficulty has been fine as far as the actual zombie difficulty, but on the 14-day horde, we got a spider zombie at the temporary base, and it kind of gave me concern because, I mean, I can spider-proof the temporary base, but I'm concerned that if a cop shows up on the 21-day night, which I think it might. I want to say I've seen Let's Plays where they come on the on this difficulty. We're gonna be in trouble because it's basically just so many mini horses. Yeah, yeah, they're all over the place, and I wanna hunt them, but all right, you have got to go. I want to hunt them, but I'm kind of pressed for time. Because we really need to get oh, hordes, yeah. But we need to get to building on day 17 if we're going to be even remotely close for day 21. And we're going to have to make a move to do that. This, by the way, is my temporary starter base that kind of becomes my farm. I'm going to go ahead and we got a couple hours before dark. I'm going to deal with some farming. I found some potato seeds, so that's nice. I'm going to try to get that plot filled out with that. But we're right next to a town. And I'm kind of thinking have a grill in that one, so we will stick the extra grill in this one with the other extra stuff. I'm kind of thinking I might just stick my new horde base right in the middle of this town. I found a pretty decent spot. Everything else stays, yeah. Well, I mean, I appreciate it. I mean, just keep at it. Basically, it started out. I got over here on day 2. Well, I'll show you on the map in a second. Let me get moving. We're kind of dwindling daylight right now, but well, here I'll just show you now. We started on day 1, way up here. The center of the map is kind of like in here-ish. So there's probably a hub city up there. And, you know, the new quests on console give you, oh, did you? Did you? Yeah, in town there? I mean, what did you think about that? It looked like it'd be a pretty decent spot. I might have to take that one house down to give a little breathing room, you know, for horde nights, but it seemed okay. But the starter quests give you ultimately the quest to find the trader, which was here, and I found another trader here, and then I frantically ran off this way looking for water, and I never did find any over there. And then the sun was coming down and everything, and I just sort of bum luck found this town, and then found this spot, this little lake right over here on the edge of this burnt forest biome. It's still the only body of water I found. Did you thought that looked good? Cool. I think that's what I'm gonna do. This is still the only you know body of water I found on the map. So I built a little temporary tree house here to stay in the first night, just to get off the ground and you know safe. And then I came back up here and built this on day 2. It started out there's a rock under that. It started out as just a wood platform surrounding a rock, and then just for when I decided to kind of keep it as the farmhouse, I put a layer of cobblestone outside of it, added a pool on the roof, so I've got my own water source up there, and then just put the entrances on, and I farm out here, pretty much. Still no mushrooms. It's been a couple days on those, I think. So yeah, I've got 200 corn plants, 200 goldenrod. I've got 100 cotton, which I really don't touch. That's just really just so I've got a source of cotton if you know I need it. I collect so much in the wild. I've got 100 blueberries, which I really don't need, so I don't really touch those. I've got 100 coffee and 100 aloe, and the aloe and cotton are to make you know first aid bandages. Excuse me, the good ones that heal. The blueberries, you know, it's just food, and you know, actually, like when I get the recipe, you can make herbal antibiotic, and you know, mushrooms and potatoes. Mushrooms are for herbal antibiotics too, and then you know, of course, potatoes go into meat stew. And I think don't mushrooms go in meat stew also? I think it's like corn, potato, mushroom meat, or no, or is it just corn and potatoes? And I don't know. I'll have to look again. I've never made it, but I found the stuff for it. I think so. In fact, I'm gonna look that up when the sun goes down, actually. But we're in like good shape for food and drink, which is how I like to start the game. So we had some good luck early on with seeds and stuff, so I decided to go ahead and get the farm started. But I've dilly-dallied around with this for the first couple of weeks and using my temporary horde base, and I've got to get a move on getting my real base started, or we're going to be in trouble. And one thing I like to do with my base, or what I'd like to do. I've not done it yet. This is sort of my plan. Is when you build your base and you put all your forges and everything in there, um, it's a defensible position. It pulls all the heat so you can kill everything, but you wind up spending all day killing everything. So, well, here, I'll show you. So what I'd like to do is do my horde base, and then as a separate thing, and then build a mine with a slightly, like connected by a tunnel a couple chunks away to my actual base, and let that pull all the heat, and that'll just be like a bunker base underground. Basically, that's a 3x3 uh, pool space, and then I've got just 3 up, all with solid wood. I shouldn't have put those stairs there. I did that for just really for decoration reasons, so the whole thing didn't look so blocky. But because water behaves funny with non-solid blocks for whatever reason. And then you get buckets. See, I made, buckets, and went down to that little lake I showed you, filled those with water, and then you just fill this space. And what happens is you can do it just with when it's flat, but every time you fill up jars and stuff, it leaves blank spaces, and you either have to wait for it to fill, and sometimes it doesn't. You got to kind of keep the water moving to keep it flowing. So I added this top part and put water blocks up on it so it kind of cascades into it. So if you fill your jars from, here, I'll show you. Oh, I hear zombies. And it's, you know what? I might go kill them before night. But if you fill your jars from like these corners down here, see, it fills and then it just fills back up. So you've got basically an endless source of water. It's a little exploity, it's a little glitchy, but right now we have no way of pumping water into our bases and all of that, and something's got to give somewhere. Time as it is. We got an hour and a half till night, so let's see who came out here. Okay. Those plates up top on the far side of the pool I had a candle on that, and it looked really cool. And I also had candles out here. I use candles whenever I can because they produce less heat than torches. But I had a candle on each side of these poles, so if I were ever stuck out or late getting back at night, it would be easy to spot. What is that? Oh, that's just the thing. Oh, hello. Bunch of crawlers. Whoever you are, if you're coming, let's get on it. Oh, there you are. But after running my forge and I'm usually pretty careful about heat. And I noticed after I put the candles up, just doing my normal, forge and one campfire for part of the night, I came out the next morning and I had 3 screamers out here, and I got one of my deaths from that. And yes, actually, I've had 4 dogs after me before. A couple of dogs generally isn't bad. Oops, I forgot to loot that, and I just completely screwed up my hay. We got more guys coming. Oh yeah. Oh, we got a whole gang's all here. Yeah, like day 2, day 3. I think it was day 3 actually. I had a bunch of dogs after me. I died once, and then I died again on the bag recovery. It was not good. I hate dying in this game. I've had 5 deaths total. I've never died from a horde night. Yes. Heat pulls screamers. It's basically like the math works. Like you've got each thing that creates heat, whether it's crafting or running a forge or a campfire, what have you, generates heat over time. And then it dissipates over time also when you turn it off. And, I think like for purposes of the math, like a campfire and a forge, like each is 5. And when it, like your heat profile gets to 100, a screamer comes to check it out. Well, here, I'm home. I might just run up and deposit this stuff and run back out. How much time do I have? Yeah, I'm good. Well, there's definitely a learning curve on the game. But yeah, I got 3 screamers. And then, the more they scream, they start sending, they call in more zombies. So, you got to watch all of that. I gotta get a move on if I'm gonna do this. Okay. First things first. Get that in the ground. Get some more corpses around. Did we not? I know we did. Did they poof? There it is. Yeah, well, I mean, I find they're not that bad, especially once you get your weapons up. But I had a little trouble finding one of them. I killed the first 2, and I'm kiting this whole horde around. There were probably, 15 or 20 zombies out here at this point from, two screamers going off, and I hear the third one go off. So I'm running around looking for it. She screamed a couple times, called in more, all of which was fine. I would have, just handled him just like I did that bunch just then. Um, and I couldn't find her. And then I finally found her, and I was making, kind of turning, or kind of circling her and kind of half, or coming around in a half circle around her to try to get a headshot on her. And I got a shot on her. I think I killed her. I'm not sure, but one of the zombies I was kiting, managed to get a shot on me and stunned me, and then of course, I'm what happens from there. So they all piled on, and that was all she wrote. So that was one death. I had two on day 3 when I was going for sand. There's a little sliver. This is the craziest map seed. Like I said, I had my little temporary thing down here. There's a little sliver of desert biome up here. And it was day 3, so I was still in need of food and stuff. So I figured, okay, I'll go up there and get sand to make jars when because I'd either just gotten the forge up or was about to build it. And was headed up there. Well, it's sandwiched between burnt forest and wasteland. And I got to like right about here, and that's when the dogs came out and they whacked me. So then going back for the corpse recovery, I actually got another dog. I got another dog and a regular zombie. And I whacked the dog. I managed to get to my pack and pull my club and a set of bandages off. Or excuse me, I got my club off, and then the dog came, and I killed the dog, but he bled me. You know how they get up on you and they bleed you, and I had no bandages on me. I'm basically naked while I'm kiting this other zombie around. So I circle back around in my bag. I just got the bandages off, and I just couldn't get them onto my bar fast enough to. I should have just clicked it in inventory, but it was just heat of the moment kind of thing. Um. So that was 2 deaths. I had one from that day of the screamer, and then and then I had before my last horde, I was over fixing up my horde base, and there was a bear out there, and naturally, I've got my weapon skilled up and doing pretty well. I'm thinking I'm next to my horde base, I can pull him through the spikes. And like an idiot, I poked the bear. I shot an arrow at him, thinking I could kite him through the spikes. He just ran right through the spikes and came over and like mauled me. And I go back for the course or the bag recovery for that, and he was hovering over my bag, and I didn't see him. And so I'm running around. I couldn't get up in my base fast enough. It was just stupid. That whole thing was just dumb. I shouldn't have even messed with the bear, but curiosity got the best of me. I had to do it. Actually, I gotta keep this. So yeah, but all good fun though. I don't know how I wound up making 2 of those. I guess I got ahead of myself dealing with zombies. I just hate dying in this game though. It just drives me crazy. It's like maybe because it's a survival game. Most games it doesn't bother me, but it just drives me. Oh, hate it. Hate dying in this game. Do you what do you play on? Do you play on Xbox or PC or maybe PlayStation 4. Yeah. Well, it's a little clunky on it's a little clunky on console, I find. A little, a tip on that. I keep mine here, my bandages. You definitely want to keep some on your bar, I found. I used to not. I used to just keep them in inventory, and then, when you need them in the middle of a fight, you got to open your inventory, which makes you stand still, and, you can't kite stuff, if you're standing still. It's dangerous. So, a good idea is to put them in this last spot on your bar, because if you D-pad, it takes you to your first spot, and then you can go, one left bumper and it'll put you in your thing and you just hit your trigger. If it just, it takes a little getting used to, but we'll do the trick, and it's a little easier. I just D-pad over to mine because I'm usually, on my club when I'm fighting, so I just go 1, 2, 3, and then hit the trigger. Yeah, that's why you're here, going through streams, and yeah. Well, that's cool. Well, welcome. Glad you came by. It's good to have somebody to talk to you. I haven't had any viewers tonight. Um, let's see. First thing I want to do before it drives me nuts is have this not track this quest. Okay. Been working on my tool crafting and or toolsmithing and weaponsmithing skills at night. That's usually what I do at night. Oh, excellent. Thanks for the follow. And the host. I just saw the message. Thank you. It's very cool of you. Well, I'm kind of new to the game. I've only been playing for about 6 weeks. I absolutely love this game though, and I've really gotten into it. And I don't know. I kind of half stream usually just for friends and family and stuff, and I kind of wouldn't mind starting a more serious stream. When I do that, I'll probably do it on PC. I'll still play console games, depending on what I'm playing. But I've got a capture card. I can run a capture of it. But I haven't gotten around to doing anything serious about it. So I just casually stream just for fun. It's kind of fun. People come by and yeah. How long? When did you start playing? And I appreciate the compliment. I still consider myself a newbie pretty much. I've started a lot of games and gotten through, the mid game and stuff, and I keep starting over. So there's a lot of stuff I don't know about. Like I've never built anything with concrete yet, which I plan to do this game. Um, so I guess I've just kind of got the early game down, I guess. Ish. I say that. I mean, I don't know. It's day six, what, going into day 17. I don't have my real base up yet, which is I usually try to start that like in the second week, but I got so wrapped up in farming, I just couldn't help myself. That's cool. That's cool. Well, just keep at it. It's just one of those things. Just play and just learn everything you can. I go on the Reddit. You can ask questions on there. People were real nice on the Reddit, and it's a nice little community over there. Everybody loves this game, and you can get good advice over there if you have anything that you're not sure about. In fact, I've got a couple questions I need to post also, but it's nothing really pressing. Um, But you say you've gotten into Destiny 2? How is that? I didn't play I didn't play the original. I when they did the open beta weekend, way back whenever that was, I played it that weekend and I really liked it. And it had nothing to do with Destiny so much. It's just the fact that I was kind of burned out on shooters at the time, so I just never got it. And then I heard it was real grindy and stuff, so I don't know. There's just always other stuff to play, and but I always heard great things about it. I know people who are into Destiny absolutely freaking love it. And that's great. That says a lot about a game when it's got a big fan base like that. Do they? They fall on the ground now. Well, I like to scrap them because you get 3 stone back. So it kind of takes the edge off of your stone costs for doing this. God, I'm gonna have to get some plant fibers together for for this new base. This new base is mostly gonna be built out of cobblestone. And I'm in okay shape on stone. I'm gonna clear some more of these rocks out from around the farm here to get ready for that. And there's plenty of clay around, tons of clay around this area. I guess there usually is. But I'm gonna need some plant fibers for the frames. Probably wouldn't kill me to go get some more wood too. But I think I'm in okay shape. I think I've got a full stack of wood sitting in the chest over here. Yeah, it can be time consuming. I mean, the best thing to do is to get your tool skills up so you can make good tools. And then, as you do it, you get better at the skill and um this perk, sexual Tyrannosaurus, is very helpful because it improves your stamina gain. So it takes the edge off of swinging axes and pickaxes and whatnot. That's our time. Okay, good. We got a little time. Kind of chill out for a little bit and do this. Talk to you. Thanks for the follow. Thanks again for the follow and the host. It's very cool of you. I thought about checking out Destiny 2. I know it released last week, and I was tempted, but I've just been so into this for the last, month, 6 weeks since I started playing that you know, I was just like, I don't really need to get another game right now. I've got this to play, and I've got a whole backlog of other stuff, so I just kind of took a pass on it. But is it the kind of game like if I were to pick it up later, um, like say after the first of the year or during the holidays or something, would I have any trouble, catching up? Like, is it the kind of game where you need to catch up to to do stuff? Yeah, this is very handy to do. Um, I like having a high level spiked club is, that's why I'm able to like one and two shot zombies, and it's very very helpful. Um, and it's something to do at night. I mean, I have really nothing else. I mean, I just sit in this room, so just make sure you have some resources together going into the evening, and and do this while you're waiting for morning. Kind of works out. Gives you a little downtime. I don't mind a little downtime in games. I kind of miss it from older games. I'm an old school EverQuest player, and we used to have tons of downtime in that, and it was kind of nice because that gives you a chance to kind of regroup and take a little, kind of chill out a little bit, talk to your friends, that sort of thing. Unclench, as it were. That's cool. Well, yeah, I might have to check it out this time around. Like I said, I know a lot of people that play, and I mean, people absolutely rave about that game. So, and like I said, the only experience I had with it firsthand was that beta weekend, and I thought it was pretty cool. I thought the weapons were pretty cool. I think, yeah, level 20. I seem to remember, wasn't that the top level in the first one? I think I remember hearing that. That's that's not too bad. You'll be off shortly. You should play. You should play. It's just one of those things. Just the more you play, the more you learn, and you know, it just and that's what I like about it. I like that there's a learning curve in this, and I like that it's kind of hard. The controls took a little getting used to. I find on console especially. I've got the PC version too, and I just keep playing the console version. I just like I don't know. I was playing a PC game pretty hardcore for about 4 months. like in the spring and early part of the summer before I got into this, and kind of need a break from sitting at the PC. Um, and I need a new chair. My chair is starting to get a little uncomfortable for some reason. I need to figure out, like, go find a new chair, and I'm real picky about that. And I just know it's going to be like a week long ordeal of going to different places and trying chairs, and just I just don't want to deal with it. But so console version works for now. But yeah, I find the controls are a little funky on the console. It definitely took some getting used to. I think I'm pretty used to them now. But otherwise, I've been very pleased with it. I was really hoping they would give us more stuff in this patch that dropped last week. We got traders and a bunch of new POIs, which is cool. No complaints. But I was kind of hoping we'd get like the compound bow. I really want it. I like archery in this game, and I really am kind of dying to play with the compound bow. So I was kind of hoping we'd get some of the traps and stuff, like the turrets and whatnot. But yeah, 12-hour shifts. What kind of work do you do, if you don't mind my asking? Yeah, yeah, it did. Yeah, there are actually a lot of people that I've talked to that play 7 days, who have not tried out the new patch yet because they've been playing Destiny. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I imagine a 12-hour shift overnight probably gets pretty long. That's cool. You can watch a little Twitch though. How are you connecting? Just out of curiosity, are you on a phone or a tablet or? I always watch Twitch on my console for whatever reason. Sometimes on PC, like I have an extra computer in my office where the gaming PC is. Yeah, on your phone. That's cool. And I'll connect on the second box in there. I'll have Twitch on sometimes when I'm gaming. And just hang out. But usually I'm on console when I watch Twitch myself. Occasionally, if I'm traveling or something, or if I'm not at home, I'll watch on my phone. So Destiny 2, I think it's basically like I mean it's set in space and it's futuristic, but it's basically an MMO, right? It's a shooter, but like you take down bosses. Is it what's the goal, like, really? Are you like collecting gear when you go for boss kills, or? Oh, that's cool. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I seem to remember doing some of the missions. I guess you could say they're called strikes. I don't remember that exactly, but I think during the beta I did some stuff like that. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool game. One thing I really liked about it was the feel of the weapons. Like they had kind of a realistic feel to them, even though it's space and futuristic and not real at all. It just like they had kind of like it seemed like there was like a realism system to it or something for lack of a better way of putting it. And it seemed like it's probably got some pretty good depth to it too, which is that's the kind of game I like. Yeah, that's cool. That's what I had heard mostly about was the rating in that game. Cool, cool. Yeah, this is pretty much what I do at night. You know, eventually it'll all get leveled up, and that's why I want to get a mine started so I can mine at night. I'd love to figure out some way, maybe down the road when I, eventually, you're going to want to build another base after your first one because there's stuff you're going to want to do differently and a different part of the map, that kind of thing. I'd like to do some sort of secure farming too. Like, because I like to farm kind of big, so you don't have to do it constantly. So you can like farm like 1 day a week and collect everything. That's the goal at least. God, once a month would be awesome. But do it in some secure way, like up on a platform or maybe underground. But I think that would be a big pain trying to get light to all that. Where I don't have to worry about zombies at night and I could farm at night would be really handy. What's our time looking like? Yeah. But, one thing at a time. We got to get this base up though. I'm getting like a little paranoid about it. When I got that spider on night 14, I was like, ooh, cuz I'm used to using that on adventurer difficulty. I'm used to using that temporary horde bases, like through night 21. I want to say I've gotten through 28 on that as well. But they're going to start throwing spiders. I could spider proof that base pretty easily. Like really easily, actually. But I'm concerned if we get a cop, it's gonna go through that thing like a hot knife through butter, because it's basically just cobblestone pillars with. I'm gonna do one more load. No, I'm not. I'm actually gonna not do that. We need to hit the ground running today. But it's basically cobblestone pillars with catwalks around it, and then like in the center, just a big field of spikes, and that's what makes it nice for an early base. Because if your weapon skills are low, or your weapons are low, and you're low on ammo, that kind of thing, it's really safe. You just kind of run around the catwalks and kite them through the spikes, and that pretty much takes care of it. Um, but like I said, I'm not sure it's going to hold up for the 21-day horde. I could spider proof it, but I'm afraid to try because I'm afraid we might see a cop this next time. I'm not sure. I'm new to Nomad difficulty. I've been playing on Adventurer before this game. I mean, I've started some games on Nomad, but um, and this is why I like to farm because you can put a nice hefty food supply away and just not have to worry too much about it. You had a roof collapse on you? That's rough. I've had some really I've died badly quite a few times over the course of many games. 5 times to be exact in this one. But I'm happy to say I've yet to die on a horde night, and I kind of want to keep it that way. It's just a matter of pride. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna check these mushrooms, see if they've come in yet. Still not yet. Wow. It's been a couple days on those. And we're gonna mine copious amounts of stone for our cobblestone. And I need to clear these rocks anyway. I can't believe I spent, well, it wasn't a full 2 days. It was like a day and a half. I went to the trader after Horde Night, and then I went exploring to see about where I was going to put my base. And I spent basically, you know, like the rest of day 15 and pretty much all of day 16 up until the point where I got back here, and I guess that's when you got on. Exploring, looking for a new base, where I was going to put my new base. And it was kind of cool. I found another town over here. That's where the treehouse I stayed in the other night. And I was thinking about maybe sticking a base over here, and this place would be fantastic for a mine. See all that gravel? That would make a nice big mine, like right down here. But I just never could find a place to stick the base that I really liked. It's real super hilly over there, and, you know, I just wasn't happy with it. So I came back up here, and I think it's going to be that spot in the middle of town. I've never built a base in the middle of town, so. You had a cop come and he blew up a door. And, yeah, see, that's what I'm worried about. Oh, that sucks. Workbench was destroyed by the cop. Was it? That was all of that was from the cop explosion? I'm really concerned about it. I've never had a cop on a Horde night. You know, even on adventurer difficulty, I think farthest I've gotten is like, I don't know, like into the second month, like, you know, day 40 something. Like, not the 49. I've not been to 49 yet because I know that's the big one, but like the one before that, 42, I've been to, and I don't think I've seen a cop yet. So we'll see how it goes. Ah, that sucks. So you said you saw that spot that I was looking at in town for a base. You think that's a pretty good spot over there? Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I'm gonna give it a try. I mean, the thing I found with building bases, I usually like to kind of, you know, get a ways, at least a ways outside of a town, and kind of have a little, you know, little spot of your own out, in the, and I like forest biomes just because I just like the way they look, and, you know, you're generally not getting extreme temperatures. Although on the other side of this town is this is regular forest here, but the other side of town is pine forest. I've gotten snow on with Horde Night so far over there, so I kind of wanted to avoid dealing with that. Although I've got coats and stuff now, so it's not such a big deal. But the forest biomes have a tendency of being really super hilly, and, you know, you can obviously terraform all you want and everything, but it's a real time sink leveling all that out. If you lay out spike traps out front, and I like to lay, barbed wire, like horizontally, and you got to lay blocks down to put that on, and everything. It just turns into a ton of digging, like more than actually building the base. So as flat of area as possible as you can get to, the better, I find. So I think that spot in town would be good. I may have to take that one house down, but I'm not going to worry about it, immediately. It's a pain to make because it requires a lot of iron. Barbed wire does, but it's real handy. You can lay it flat, and it pretty much works like spikes, but it's a lot more durable than spikes. And they just get caught up in it, and takes their legs out and slows them down. And you don't have to repair it as much. I need to decide quickly because we're going to start building today, or at least get a layout done. Hopefully start digging whatever foundation we need to dig, but I need to decide what kind of actual base I'm going to make. I usually do an 11 by 11 50 pillar base, just a standard. Seems like pretty much everybody does that. Just like a 50 pillar cage, and put a little sniper area to snipe from on the top. Iron bars around it, to keep the spiders out. I'd kind of like to do some kind of drop pit, but I'm not sure that I really need to mess with that as late of a start as I've gotten on this one. Well, good tools definitely helps. Definitely helps. Since I started spam crafting, things have gone tons smoother. This one was like, I don't know. I made all my iron tools when I was around, making around 400 quality, which is like you can see the axe there on my bar. That's like 403. They were all the same level, but this one degraded a bunch from being repaired. So I hope it holds up. I'd kind of like to get a few more nights worth of skill before I have to make them again. It's been a lot of iron. What's that? The 50 poles are good, or the drop pit? I have a feeling the key for cops is to have everything made of concrete, which I have not done yet. So I'm a little concerned about getting such a late start on getting a real base up that, cobblestone isn't going to cut it getting into these next couple of hordes, but, fingers crossed. Yeah. I'm tempted to do it. I kind of want to because I've never really done a drop. I was on a friend's game. He had a private game he invited me to, and I hung out with him on a horde night. And he had a little simple drop pit. It wasn't very far. It was like, I think it was maybe 8 blocks deep, maybe 10, maybe 12, something like that. Nothing major. And he didn't even have any spikes down there, and it was taking their legs out, and seemed to work really well. I might. I don't know. I've got a little time to decide. I like to use a tunnel entrance. I mean, I don't know. If I do the drop, that'll save me from having to lay all the traps outside, all the the spike pits or spike spike. I don't know what else to call it. Like areas with spikes and barbed wire and all that. Drop just does it. But I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna do my entrance because I don't have a workbench yet. I can't do a drawbridge, and I like to have a regular entrance and not just have to use frames to get across and stuff, which I guess would work for as a temporary thing. Because I'm doing my actual base where I put all my forges and stuff separately, I think. So I really won't be in the horde base except pretty much for hordes. Excellent, excellent. So you think you're gonna play some 7 days coming up? Taking a little break from Destiny? That helps. Yeah, well, you gotta start a new game with a bunch of people. You gotta stay focused and get some stuff done. I can understand that. I've been in I've been in guilds in my EverQuest days, and you definitely gotta have team effort going on for stuff like that. I'm not sure yet offhand. I want to take these rocks out anyway, so I'm just gonna just bang them out real quick. This is going pretty fast. 7:30 a.m. Not bad, not bad. Let's see, where are we? Yeah, good. And I'll probably get some more stone over at the spot, because you dig down and you hit the stone layer. What about 6 blocks deep, something like that? Yeah, I know, right? Very happy, very happy. I find time. I'm on 120-minute days, and I find it's still never enough time to get everything done that I want to. One thing I should do, actually, while I'm doing this, God, make up your mind with the. Get some frames going. Make up your mind with the temperature. First I was hot, now I'm freezing. That gets a little annoying in this game, to be honest with you. I mean, I can understand if you're like changing biomes and stuff like that, but it's like I've been standing basically in the same spot. Oops. put what on? Oh, the day settings? No, I think it's changeable. I think you can change it mid game. Yeah, I just like the longer days. I just find the well, I think console defaults to 50 minutes, but I think on PC it's 60 minute, and then it jumps up to 120. So I just find those days are just too short. Unless you turn zombie running off so you can do stuff at night. You know, I guess that would be a happy medium. But I kind of like the running at night thing. I kind of think it fits. You know, that you gotta take shelter at night because the zombies are coming out. Nice lag there. Thought I heard something. Yeah, so far I've just done I've done a 9x9 and I've done an 11x11 for the actual horde base. I've tried some other stuff for like, you know, like just like farmhouses and stuff like that. I got this one that I do that's like 13x13 up on pillars that works really nice for like a house, and you know, it kind of keeps it off the ground, and they don't seem to really attack the pillars. So it's just a nice place to have, like, you know, like instead of doing what I did here, I would do one of those, but I didn't want to get all into that on this one. You know, maybe if I really relocate to another part of the map, I'll do one like that. But yeah, mine tend to be squared. It's just easier to keep your, you know, keep what you're doing straight, you know, like as far as structural integrity and all that goes. Oops. And I guess once you get into dealing with concrete, you got a lot more leeway with that because it supports so much, you know, so you can spread things out and you don't have to worry about it as much. But, you know, right now I'm pretty much a wood and cobblestone guy, so I got to be really careful. I've had some stuff come down on me, nothing really detrimental, but like I got into this thing for a while where I was playing around with tree houses a lot, and you know you can only, I mean, you're real limited on how much structural integrity you get from a tree. And I had a couple of those come down on me. You know, like I said, it was nothing major. I didn't have anything, you know, anything major up there that got destroyed. I was kind of half expecting it, so you know, but oops, that was not good. But we'll see. Maybe I will do a drop this time. I don't know. I'm just a little concerned about, you know, being pressed for time, getting this thing ready for day 21. But if I don't have to go too crazy, and I don't have to deal with, you know, leveling ground outside for spikes and stuff, I'll probably be okay. It's really just dig a hole and, you know, in the right dimensions and build inside of it pretty much for purposes of this. And then I can expand it and, you know, do more to it after we get past the 21-day horde. Then get it to some point of completion, go build the base where I'm going to have all my, forges and, you know, tool benches or, you know, workbenches and stuff. Got a bunch of POIs over here to take down that I haven't gone through yet. So I need to get some mechanical parts together for the workbenches and cement mixers and all that stuff. But it's all conveniently located, and I found another town. So that should go pretty smoothly. I'm just right now concerned about getting this base up. And I'm gonna need the other reason I'm taking all this stone out, not just because I need the stone, but I need the iron too. I've got only about half the amount of iron I need in my forge for the number of iron bars I'm gonna need. Although if I do a drop pit, that's not a big concern actually. Huh? I got to think about that now. Well, no, it still kind of is. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I'm a little sketchy about building on pre-existing structures, you know, because I've heard of funky stuff like that happening. I had one. There was a house that it was like day one, and I did my usual day one, you know, just collecting of stuff and then finding a place to, you know, kind of bunker in for the night. And I was in this like just this house out in the middle of nowhere. And I'd obviously cleared all the zombies from around it and whatnot, and you know, nighttime came, collected some resources until nighttime came around. I generally stick the like when I shelter in a house or something the first night, I'll usually just stick all use the refrigerator for storage because there's usually only one, and it's just it kind of it's just easy to remember. So I'm in the kitchen of this place, spam crafting, on night one, and I'm hearing this low growl, and and I'm checking my stealth, and I'm thinking, do you have aggro from anything? And it's like, no, I was still, wasn't discovered by anything or anything like that, and and I started to go check it out, and I was like, no, don't move. If it doesn't have you now, like all you're gonna do, in the middle of the night is open a can of worms by going and, seeing what this is about. Wait until morning. So I just sat there and listened to growling all night while spam crafting. And morning comes, and I go out and do a little run around the house, and there's nothing out there, no zombies, nothing. And but I'm still hearing this growling. I walk upstairs of this house to where I'd stuck my bedroll and campfire, and on top of it, with its head stuck in the railing, was a bear. And of course, I exploited the hell out of it. I just, pummeled it. There's no way I mean, I don't think I could kill a bear now. I know I definitely didn't on night 14, or day 15 before, when I tried to kill one over by my horde base. He just absolutely pwned me. But I got a nice little load of hides and meat from that guy, but because his head was stuck in the staircase, things spawned up there. So ever since then, I've been a little sketchy about using prefabs for permanent structures, for sure. I've heard it's a complete zoo with that on PC now. Like, the spawning's all over the place. Like, you can actually get spawns like in your base with you standing there, kind of thing. That's what people on the Reddit were saying. People were going nuts about it, actually. Well, I say that. Some people were going nuts about it. Other people were like, it adds some excitement to the game. I imagine it definitely does that. Look at all these crawlers. I think they went through my spikes. That's kind of funny. Yeah, they did. Look at these guys. It's like a swimming competition. Needless to say, I didn't plan that. It's just opportune that I was over here when they came. Guess I'm probably gonna have to go repair some spikes before I leave. Oh, good lord, people! More. There's more coming. Yeah, but I saw like, let's see, one, two. Where'd that corpse go? Three. Four. Five. Standing on something. Six. Seven. Eight. Nine. Unbelievable. That's the sixth one of those I've gotten. The traders don't even want them anymore. Well, one of them doesn't. That was 10. These are a little better, but I'm gonna keep the other ones because they're just cooler. Oops. Was that 10 or was that 11? Now I'm burning up again. I lost count, so we'll say this is 11. Although I think it's 12, but... $12. 13. 14. So 14 or 15. Was there another one? I want to say there was another one, no? Yeah. So 15 or 16. Not a bad little. Oh, did you miss all that when you after you said that with the 10:30 just now seeing a zombie? I just killed 16 zombies. A little wandering horde. Either 16 or 17. Wandering horde came through. That's a bunch of zombies before lunch. I'm gonna see what they did to my spikes. Oh God, they thrashed my spikes. Not so bad. Oh, no spikes taken. Oh, one one lucky customer didn't make it past the spikes. Oh, there's more. Look at all this. So that was what, 17? No, that was 17 or 18. $18 or $19. $19 or $20. $20 or $21. That's pretty funny, actually. Well, I guess we get a little sidetrack in the morning. Yeah, good. I've got a sack of wood up there just in case I need it. But I don't think I'm going to. Really didn't want to have to deal with fixing spikes this morning, but I guess you got to do what you got to do, huh? I really ought to upgrade these at some point, but they just take so much iron, and I got other things I got to spend iron on right now. And this, by the way, is how the game gets you, and why I play on 120-minute days, because there's just endless distractions and things you got to sidetrack with, and oh. Was that 20, 21, 20, 21, 22, something like that? A bunch of freaking zombies out here this morning. And I lost a spike. Damn it. Got one inside I can grab. I think. should, man. You should. You should play. It's such a great game. Bunch of other games I kind of want to play right now, and I just don't because I keep playing this, and I have no complaints about that at all. This game's awesome. I don't know how I missed this before. More crap to deposit. Let's see. It's almost 1 o'clock. All right. I guess we're in pretty good shape. We'll get cleaned up over there. Get some frames laid out, kind of figure out exactly where we're sticking everything, and maybe start doing whatever digging we have to do today. I don't think we'll actually build anything today, but that's okay. 17, we're in good shape ish. Depends on how involved the digging is, I think. The actual construction will go up fast if we've got enough stuff. Let's see how much I've got. 6,000. I think I had another like 2,500 stone in the case or in the chest inside. Yeah, I'm gonna get this one too just to be safe, so I can get the iron cooking. That's what slows you down. I find the digging slows you down, and then if you're short on materials, you have to go running around, collecting stuff. Oops. Awesome, awesome. You think you might play some 7 days though, you think, when you get done? You can always get that, it's one of those things, if you don't have a lot of time to play, you can always, get the first day. On 120-minute days, that's an hour, before nightfall. Just put an hour in, get your first day out of the way, and see if you like your start and stuff. You're welcome to send me a friend ad on Xbox if you'd like. Maybe we can play sometime or something if you want. Um, I'm just my gamer tag is Maldrick, same as on Twitch, just without the TV. Some there's another Maldrick on Twitch. Some dickhead snaked my name. And I say that because I'm in my 40s. I've been gaming since freaking Pong, and I've been using Maldrick in games for about 20 years now, almost 18-ish. So, and I've never seen anyone else use that name until that guy, and then there are a few others on Twitch like really recently. So there's apparently a whole cadre of frankly dickheads that play World of Warcraft that like to snake names. I don't like World of Warcraft, and I don't really like. I'm kind of like prejudiced against people that play it. To be honest with you, it's stupid, but I just hate that game and hated playing it, and just the people playing it drove me up the wall. And just the fact that the guy that snaked my name is a World of Warcraft player just sort of adds to that. I don't know. No offense if you or anyone else plays World of Warcraft. It's just I used to love MMOs before that game, and it's like completely screwed up the entire genre, in my opinion, because everybody has to be like WoW. Can't and then somebody tries to not be like WoW, and then they, the whole cadre of them come out and whine. Well, we can do this in WoW. And all this, and for like big MMOs, they have to, like, a lot of times have to capitulate because this is what the masses want. It just absolutely drives me up the wall. The McDonald's of MMOs has destroyed the genre. There's my WoW rant. Not helped by the fact that the person that snaked my name on Twitch plays WoW. You don't like WoW either? Yeah. I mean, it's like, a bunch of my friends from EverQuest, when WoW came out, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna go try this game," and like, and they got in the beta. I didn't play the beta, and I always loved all the Warcraft games. I mean, don't get me wrong, Warcraft is awesome. Blizzard's a great company. They do excellent work. I didn't play the beta, and they did, and like I was hearing daily about how just amazing this game was. And these are guys that I played EverQuest with for years, and I trusted their taste on these types of things. And like, first week rolls around, launch day, I log in, and it's like, okay, well, this is all right. I mean, it's cool. It's like, wow, you get to play first person Warcraft. This is pretty neat. And then it's like I'm messaging my friends. It's like, so when do we group? This is an MMO. When do we group? I'm just running through these quests solo. Oh, that's what you do. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's what I do. And they're like, yeah, you just run quests, and then when we all get leveled up, we go do stuff. And it's like, well, that's pretty freaking lame. And then they knew I wanted to group, so we tried grouping up. It was actually worse than playing solo. Like, it made no sense. Like one person needed this item for a quest, and then this number, and then that, and experience was worse, and just like the whole thing was geared towards soloing up, and it's just like, this is ridiculous. And then I made it like 10 days, and after about a week, it like really grated on my nerves. And then after like right before the end there, I just realized, I was like, you know what, I love Warcraft, but I can't stand the art style of this game. I don't like the people playing it. Like, you've got every like kid from here to Timbuktu playing this game, and it's just I just hate it. And then it screwed up every other MMO, like, cause 15 years of this, and we still haven't had like a really truly great MMO since, because everything's got to be like WoW. Hoping Vanguard is is our saving grace. Or not Vanguard. I hope it's not like Vanguard. I hope Pantheon is the one that reels it back in. Now that the WoW hangover is starting to wear off a little bit, it seems. But yes, so I'm Maldrick TV here because some WoW turds snaked my name. But I'm regular just Maldrick on Xbox if you want to send me a friend. And I promise if we ever game together, I won't rant about World of Warcraft like I just did. I just have to get it out every once in a while. I'm still salty about it. It's almost 3 o'clock. Alright, where are we with everything? So we've got almost 2 stacks of stone. I'm gonna see what I've got up here. I know I've got more. I'd like to think that's enough, but I always underestimate. I've always got to go. No, that's the emergency stash. Yeah, we got about 15,000? Yeah, a little over 15,000 stone. I think we'll be in good shape. Gonna have to get some what you call it, clay together also. And wood. I'm like, it's enough to, in case we gotta do something. Let's see, what does that say? 85 minutes? Yeah, that'll probably make a good crack at that. And there's more stone over here I can take out if we need it. I wonder about clay. Let's look at the map and see. Did I lose my marker? Yeah, I did lose my marker. Where was it? I was talking about it. It was right. Was it here? No. It was here. No. Alright, I'm completely disoriented now. We're going to go down and just eyeball it. I think that's the house I was worried about, right? I think. Maybe. Yeah, it was like right in here, I think, right? No. It goes further south. No. Yeah, ish. I mean, this would work. I don't think that's too close to those buildings. Do you think? I don't know. Maybe. It was over here, wasn't it? I can't believe I've never been to that part of town over there. I guess we'll go now. The rendering on this game kind of makes it a little hard to do what I'm doing. Are we out of food? Yeah, you like it right here? Yeah, I think that was the house I was concerned about. Yeah, yeah. You remember because I was joking about being on the corner of Fourth and Main. All right, it's almost 4 o'clock. Now this begs the question. Let's see. Well, first of all right, let's give it a little run around just to make sure we're not getting way too close to anything that we're not seeing. Hello, Mr. Stag. I will kill you another day. Yeah, I think it was like right in here, actually. Yeah, well, regardless, this looks good. I don't think that's too close to those buildings, do you? For like zombies getting caught on them on horde night. If I don't build too far out, right? I should be pretty clear here, I think. Oh, this is what I wanted to look at. Clay situation. We can get clay from over there. Okay, good, good. Little lag there. Oops. I need these anyway, and we're gonna shed a little clarity on the matter when we do this. So I'm gonna lay some frames down. And actually, what is our fiber? Yeah, we need plant fibers badly. Why clay looks like what on the map? Oh, it's those brown patches, not the like kind of opaque dark brown patches, but the light brown patches. This, like that right there. That's clay right there too. I love missing grass when you punch it. First of all, punching grass anyway is kind of funny as it is, but then to miss is even a bit more ridiculous. Five p.m. Boy, that day went fast, didn't it? Knocking down some rock. That's all right. Really wanted to start building today, but I'm happy. I'm happy. We got a bunch of stone to work with. Hopefully, we won't have to deal with getting any more. We need to get some clay. You know, I was so low on plant fibers. I'm not really sure what happened with that. Usually I've got tons of it around. But it's always an abundant supply. I just have to deal with it. And I think we'll get more when we dig. You get a little bit from this forest ground when you get your dirt. I only saw it happen once before the patch, and I've seen it happen constantly since the patch. But it apparently likes to snow in pine forest biomes now, which I think this is. All right. Yeah. See, we're in regular forest over here. We're in pine forest here. This is where my temporary kill base is, and I got snowed on both horde nights in that one. It's kind of crazy, really. Which is not my preference, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool looking. And not so detrimental now that I've got gear for it. It just sucks having to schlep all that around, but along with everything else, 17 tools and materials and everything. But what are you gonna do? I gotta say, it looked really cool on Horde Night with like snow with the red sky. And you can't take a screenshot on Xbox while casting. Otherwise, I would have loved to have gotten some screenshots of it. Six o'clock. Well, we're not going to get anything building-wise done today, but at least we'll get this clear, and I'll have fibers for my frames. The cobblestone frames use plant fibers. I think I'm getting a bit far afield from my spot, so I'm going to go back down this way. Yeah. And I'm not going to do as much as I really would like to spam craft tools tonight, but they use plant. That's how I ran out of plant fibers. So I'm going to hold off on that, and I'm going to do weapons tonight because that just uses wood. I've got another stack. I've got a stack of wood back at the joint. Yes, I do have past broadcast turned on. And I upload these to YouTube. There's a link on my page, on my channel page, to my YouTube page. I don't really do a lot. It's just some casts that I did before. I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan, which is kind of not normally the kind of game I'm into, but like I'm I'm big on rogue and assassin types, and truth be told, I bought my 360 10 years ago just to play that game. I hadn't had a console since the original Atari. I've always been a PC gamer, and have not regretted having consoles. Actually, I still do both. I still PC and console game. I like both, but you'll notice my theme and stuff is from a couple years ago, from when the last Assassin's Creed was up. I just needed some art to put up. I really didn't have anything, and that was all free stuff they gave away. So I thought it looked cool, and I think I've got some videos up on there of some of Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I think I've got some other stuff that I cast. I think I've got, like, first day of Assassin's Creed Unity. It was like my first video. I think that's on there. And I've got this entire playthrough on there. It's real rough. It's got, I haven't trimmed it and edited it yet, and I don't have it in a playlist. I'll do that soon. I've just been just getting it up, and I'll deal with all that at some point. But yeah, go check out my if you're interested, go check out my YouTube channel. I always love when people do that. Before too long, I might actually take this seriously and really do this for real. Kind of wouldn't mind coming up with a new name, like actually branding it right, starting fresh. I'm not bananas about the TV at the end of my name. Still salty about that WoW kid taking my name. Does it? It used to not. You know what? I think I heard that they added that at some point. Yeah, I would probably just do a name change so I can keep all my, all my followers. Well, I don't have that many, but people I've met recently and stuff. I got a bunch of follows in the last couple of days from people that never said anything in the channel and whatnot. And it's a bunch of girls, and they all have kind of the same similar name, like some name with a number, like the same like kind of length number at the end, like conspicuous about like that. And their pictures are really cute. Like, do streamers get trolled or spammed by like porn chicks? That's what it strikes me as. One of them sent me a message. It was like, hey, are you on? And I'm like, what the hell am I on? I've been streaming. If I'm here, I'm probably streaming or watching a stream. It made me laugh. I thought it was pretty funny. But there are like 3 or 4 of those. The two profiles of my friend who constantly loses her password, so she keeps re-registering with the same name but a little bit differently. And we're not really friends anymore. We had a little bit of a falling out, regrettably. So you figure, her two names, and then the 3 or 4 porn chicks, or alleged suspected porn chicks, who probably aren't even chicks. It narrows it down to about a dozen actual followers, and in which case I would probably just send out a message and say, hey, I'm changing names. What time is it? Let's see, it's 7:30. Okay, looking all right. That's what I didn't want to do. This is Clay right here, by the way. Is that what those are? Are they follow bots? What happens with that? Like what? Is it anything I need to be concerned about? I mean, I certainly didn't. I've heard of people using botting services to try to, pump their followers and view counts up and stuff like that, and I would never do anything like that. But, like, if it's not, I mean, do they come seeking you out? Oh, so they're cam chicks? Like, God, what? I'm gonna guess they're probably not even cam chicks. They're probably like somebody who gets paid for like a site referral to a cam site. It's probably a guy even. It's probably not even like the actual camera. It's probably somebody just trying to like get hits on a link. Because I've gotten that in my regular email before, and stuff like that. It's just like, it's ridiculous. Now I'm kind of curious. Let's see. We got from road to road. We got, and this isn't level, and that kind of sucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Excellent. Actually, that's kind of just right. Well, it's not exactly right, but it's leaves plenty of room, I guess I should say. Because I still have to decide if I'm going to do a drop or if I'm just going to do my normal just pillar base. And if I did that, it would be, well, either way, the base itself is going to be 11 by 11, and the actual pillar part of it because that's what I'm comfortable with. And then if there's a drop, I'll probably go 4 spaces out from that. So on either side of that, so that's 11 plus 8, 19. And then another for, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. Because if I do a drop, I want to leave it expandable so I can do one of those deals where you have pillars on both sides of the drop with like a hatch access under it to get to the other side, like so you can loot. But I might be going too big for this because we do need to get this thing up before day 21. Don't know. I've been streaming for about 2.5 hours now, and this game likes to quit. So I think I'm gonna like finish this up, get back to the hacienda, and then take a short break, reset the game, and kind of figure out what my day's looking like, and then I'll probably be back on shortly. Very shortly, actually, if there's no emergency. Can't wait to see what. Oh, the base? Yeah, well, at this point, me too, because I keep, like literally for like 4 days, I've been saying we need to start building a base tomorrow, and and I keep getting sidetracked, and you know, what do we have? 21 zombies and a roaming horde showed up. You know, just little stuff eats into your time, and next thing you know, it's like you got to be, you know, well, like here, it's like. It's 8 p.m. We could do some stuff, but at the same time, it's kind of like there's really no point in like really starting anything right now because we gotta boogie here in a bit. Which on 120-minute days, how long is an hour? I've never really done the math on that. It's pretty simple math, but math isn't my strong suit. Without a calculator, at least. I know how to do it. I just don't do it very well in my head. And I would do it now, but I need to keep punching grass. Oh yeah, well I appreciate it, man. Well, though, you know, I'll be doing it shortly. I mean, I literally have to start on day 18. That gives us like 2 days, not even 2 days, like 2.5 days to get a base up. So, and actually for that reason, I'm kind of inclined to maybe not do the drop, just because it'll be less work. I mean, I can literally, well, I don't know. I don't think it's going to take me, like, it might take a day to dig the pit. Like maybe. I'm pretty good digging, you know, and we could do the shortcut. I could do the whole, you know, dig the outline and then collapse it deal. That saves a lot of time. I kind of would rather not do that because I kind of like to get the resources, you know. I mean, well, resources, the dirt, but it, like, you need dirt for stuff at times, and I never seem to, like, having to go dig dirt, like, sucks. You know, to build a dirt block or something. So it's kind of nice, but I'm going to be getting tons of it anyway, so I'll probably will collapse it. That'll save a lot of time. And then I don't think the actual building, assuming we don't have to go for more stone, or we only have to go for more stone like once, because there's a lot around, I don't think actually building it's going to take all that long. I think probably just, you know. So if we dig a hole tomorrow, let's see, tomorrow's day 18. Start building. Oh, we're in good shape. We're in good shape. It all really kind of comes down to how much going after extra resources I have to do. And I think first thing tomorrow. Well, you know what? No, not. I'll wait. Where did I say the clay was? See, we got clay right here. We got clay over here. That's not going to be a big deal. It's kind of cool. This house has a pool on it. So that and that lake I showed you, Mascus is literally the only standing water that I've seen on this map over here. Where is it? Over here. And my pool on the roof of the farmhouse. Speaking of which, we need to be getting back. Back when I played with running off at night, I would just stay over here and work on this all night. Oh, I never build without them. I always accommodate some type of water source in my, you know, not every single place, every single base, because you don't always need it. But like, if you're making food and drink and stuff, it's vital. It saves so much time not having to run back and forth. No, I moved that since whenever. Now I'm hot. I guess I'm next to the forge. Yeah, oops. Coal. Yeah, that goes in there. Everything else is my packed inventory. Everything else goes someplace else. Like this goes here, I think. Yes. I think sand I just kind of stick in the forge. Oh. Well, here. I'll let that go ahead and do that. So what are we looking at as far as iron bars go now? Now that we 104, getting real close to what we need. Well, if I do a drop, it's going to be different. So I'll have to figure all that out. When I take my break, I'm going to get my. You know how into this game I am? I actually went out and purchased graph paper so I could like rough together building ideas so I could like not waste time during, you know, actual play trying to figure out, you know, do I need this many spaces for this or whatever. You can go ahead and just work it out on paper, or at least a rough idea on paper, you know, for your, at least for your structural stuff. Your basic structural integrity, I guess I should say. Right there so I don't forget it. All right, and we are safely home and fed, and that needs to go off. And ready to make some. Hey, Angel Pops. Uh, Jay's doing the same thing. It sounds like. Well, welcome to the channel. Thanks for saying hi. I'm gonna get off of here for a second. I hate to leave you guys hanging because I'm really into this. But it's what time is it? Yeah, it's getting to be that time. I need to check on a few things. I need to reset the game because I've been casting now for in 10 minutes it'll be 3 hours, and 7 days loves to crash after a period of time on the console. I think nobody's really not really sure what it is. It kind of has all the hallmarks of a memory leak, but I don't know that that's necessarily what it is. But it acts like one. So over time on console, it'll eventually just crash on you, which is a problem because you can lose progress. On single player games, I've not had any problems with that. In fact, when I'm playing by myself, I'll play up until the crash. And the worst problem I've had with it is, you just lose what you did for the last, I think I lost 30 seconds of progress while building something one time. Half a wall, that kind of thing. But if you're on a multiplayer game, or one of those private games, even if you're alone, one of those crashes can actually reset your world back to day one. It doesn't actually reset the clock back to day one, but you'll lose everything in the world. I think they call it like an MD5 crash or something like that. But it's a problem. I've not seen one of those on single player, and this is a single player game, a local game, I guess I should say. But it still does crash nonetheless. And if it does crash, it's going to crash me out of Twitch because you can't have the Twitch app and cast unless you have a Twitch supported game running. So I like to try to quit out every few hours to make sure there aren't any problems. Yeah. Oh, that MD5 situation. Yeah. I ran into one once because when I first started playing multiplayer a couple weeks ago with some people I met. I had never set up. I joined their games, and I had never set up a multiplayer game. Is it just on console? Yeah. Now PC has its own problems. There's a whole other set of funky stuff that can happen on a PC, but I can't really. I have the PC version, but I pretty much only play console so far. I will eventually, but console's just been what I've enjoyed thus far. So I can't really tell you about PC, but I know that's the big issue on PC with the multiplayer. Yeah, it seems to. It seems to be a lot more stable now, but they said specifically in the patch notes that they. You know what? I'm going to pause this because my timer's running. They said specifically in the patch notes that they were not addressing the MD5 crash, so that makes me suspect that it still exists. I had been playing with some people one night, and went back to my single player game and decided, coming out of that, I was about to go to bed, and I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna start a single player or a local game, or excuse me, a private game, which would be the kind of game you can add people to, as opposed to a local game, which is just single player. Because I wanted to look at the options and see what all you could do, and to see if it was any different setting one up. And it really isn't. It's entirely the same. The only thing you notice that's different is you start the game with your normal starting stuff, and you get a land claim block in that, because land claims are a thing on multiplayer. Um, and I had been playing my single player game before I did this for about 3, 4, 5 hours, something like that. And I was at the very start, like the first hour of the game, just standing there, and I placed my land claim block because it pops an achievement, and I just had never placed one, so I popped that achievement. And a few seconds later, I crashed. I had one of those typical crashes. So I came back into the game, and it was all gone, all of it. It was all of the starting inventory, and the land claim block that I'd placed. I want to say I'd placed maybe a frame or something, also too, something. But all of it was gone, and I'm pretty sure I got one of those MD5 errors, and it wasn't of any consequence. I wasn't going to play that game. I was just screwing around with it. But it's scary stuff. I mean, you think about, like, if I were to get an MD5 error on this right now, I mean, I would just be like, I mean, it's the kind of thing. It kind of makes you go like, what's the point of playing a game to leave a bug like that open? And and we know it exists, and everybody knows about it. Um, Supposedly there's some workarounds for it. I was reading on the Reddit that on the Xbox, how we have an automatic cloud save on Xbox Live, since they don't allow us to locally back up our saves. We have cloud saves. Supposedly, if you get a crash in a multiplayer game, I saw someone suggest that you clear your local saves. Don't clear all saves, which you have an option of doing, but if you clear your local saves and restore your cloud save locally before you launch the game again, you can avoid one of those errors. Apparently, whatever corrupts in it happens at like the last second, so you'll get ostensibly a clean save if you restore your cloud save from before the crash. So haven't run into it myself yet, so except for for what I just described, but it's definitely worth a little tidbit worth knowing. Oh, hey, forgive me if I butcher your name. Hectia? Hectia? Yeah. Have you tried that? Well, good to know. Hecate? All right. Well, nice to meet you. Thanks for saying hello. Yeah, yeah. Though I think being on PC is probably, probably a good move. I enjoy the console version. I like sitting on the couch and playing this. But I do have the PC version also, which I will eventually get into. Um, but that MD5 error is kind of no joke if you think about it. And I could see being pretty salty about that if you were to catch the business end of one of those. What you say? Hecate, you say you've gotten one of those. What happened with you? Were you able to recover in any way, or were you just completely screwed? By deleting the cache, you did like a hard reset on the Xbox, like the whole power cycle song and dance, shutting it down on the front of the console and unplugging from the wall. Is that what you mean by that? I just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing. Did it work? Did it save your game, or did you get the massive, the Armageddon error? So so you were okay by doing that. Oh, oh, well that sucks. Well that sucks. Well that's a serious problem, and I hope they address it. I know they, I mean, it sounds like the people working on this game are, it's kind of they have limited resources. It's a small team at a small company. Kind of it's an indie effort, and frankly, in my opinion, those are the best games. There are some big, AAA games that I love, and enjoy playing. But recently, in recent years, it seems like the better games, that I tend to get into are the niche games that come from small developers like this, and it just kind of goes with the territory, I guess. But that's like a nuclear bomb on your game. That's not that's not like a little flakiness with like your helmet not showing properly, or a little bug. I mean, it nukes your whole playthrough. I mean, you put hundreds of hours, sometimes into these things. Um, that sucks. That sucks. Do you still play? I've seen I've seen people go on the Reddit and be like, F this. I'm like, this kind of error is ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. I love the game. Knock wood, I haven't gotten one yet. I'll have to get back to you after I do, if I still play afterwards. But I could see rage quitting over something like that. I mean, that would turn you pretty sour on a game pretty fast. Too stupid not to play. Yeah, see, that's me too. It's like it's just too good of a game not to play. I mean, it's just sit here and drool on myself and punch grass. Yes, yes. I do too as well. Actually, this has been a really slow start, but 'cause I got bogged down with I was like a pig in mud, farming. I got a bunch of seeds real early, like the first day or two, and I just went nuts farming. And next thing I knew, it's like the second week, and I haven't built my real base, so I got to get on that. But yes, yes, every start gets better, and there's a huge learning curve in this game, and I think yeah, yeah, Angel Pops, yeah, me too. That's the same thing. You see all these great bases, and you know um oh, I never thought about that, Hecate. That, yeah, yeah, you can't have the same seed if you on the same thing. Well, what really needs to happen as a larger issue is Xbox needs to pull their head out of their lower orifice and give us the ability to back up our saves locally. I mean, I think it's absolutely unconscionable that in 2017, one of the a major gaming platform like specifically disallows backing up local saves, in a local way, like on a flash drive or something. It is absolutely ridiculous that we can't manually back up our saves ourselves and keep them locally. And they say it's to prevent cheating and whatnot. There was a lot of achievement hacking that went on with the Xbox 360, and they're real big on that at Microsoft. Which frankly, I mean, I'm a bit of an achievement hunter myself, but most freaking most gamers could care less about achievements, and I mean it's ridiculous. Somehow none of this is a problem on PlayStation, and it just drives me nuts that Microsoft just insists on not giving us I mean, it's not even giving us the ability. Just code it into the operating system, and just allow us to plug a flash drive in and back up our damn saves. It's ridiculous. Well, you could still dupe items in Borderlands. I love Borderlands, and I was uh I was duping left and right with a friend of mine. To be completely honest with you, I mean, I don't advocate it, but it's just one of those things in that game that there are 17 trillion uh uh combinations of items in that game, and to get the right variant of something is kind of a big deal, and you want to share it with your friends, so you dupe. I mean, it's not like you're you know what, on Borderlands? Yo, you absolutely can. I was just back around the first of the year duping, uh between accounts, and with my friends on in Borderlands 2 on Xbox One. Absolutely. It's not something I would do like in a big multiplayer game, or in an MMO, certainly. Not anything that would affect other players or anything like that. But I play single player and with my friends, so it's just something we do amongst ourselves. But yes, no, absolutely. You can still, well, at least as of like February, you could still dupe in Borderlands too. Well, it really has nothing to do with the account. It's just the way the backups work. You just crash out before the save is, you have the person you're duping to legit. Uh well, basically what you're doing is you have them hold the item, and then you crash out, and then you haven't saved with. It doesn't save on the fly in that game. It saves when you go near certain things, and when you do certain things, and when you log out. So if you crash out, you come back in with all your gear, and the person you gave the gear to has another copy of it. Basically, is really how it works. It really has nothing to do with your gamer, your Microsoft account or anything like that, or your Xbox account or anything like that. It's just the functionality of the game. But the trade trick? No, it's not even a trade trick. You just in Borderlands 2. You know what? I probably shouldn't even be discussing this on stream, because God knows there's probably some rule at Twitch you can't talk about. I don't. I mean, there's no. It's not an MMO. There's like no rule that it breaks. I know that Gearbox doesn't condone it, but their only rule about it is they just don't want you discussing it on their forums. It's not like they're gonna come after you, or ban you or anything for doing it. But there's nothing they can do to you. It's not a that you're not even using their servers. But yes, no. As of January, February, or something in Borderlands 2, you could still dupe on Xbox One. And it sounds terrible. I can't believe I'm sitting here talking about how having duped, but it's just that game. I mean, it's pretty much an overglorified single player game that you can just has really good co-op in it. It's not like it's PvP or anything like that, or you're affecting a large population of people. Unless you play public games, I guess. Which I don't. So maybe that's why I've always thought of it that way. I've always just played solo and with friends, and I have done public games in Borderlands 2, and I learned my lesson with that fast. It's a little bit of a zoo. So, but but in any case, it was fun chatting with you guys. Thanks for saying hello, Hecate, and Angel Pops. Thanks for coming by, and of course, Jay. Thanks for coming in and uh, giving me somebody to talk to this morning. It was a lot of fun. I'm gonna reset this uh, as we discussed because of the crash that's inevitably coming before too long. Gonna grab some breakfast and make a couple phone calls and see what my day's looking like. And I will probably be back on in the next 15 or 20 minutes or something like that, and we'll get tonight underway. We'll spam craft some clubs to get our weapon skill up, and then in the morning we will get to building a base. So thanks for joining, guys. I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, wherever you might be, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks for coming by.